864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
What is up? Greenville, South Carolina. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. This is The Overtime, your weekly call-in show to vent your frustrations with all the things you think, all the things you think about what we think, and all the things you think about what your neighbors think. It's Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Phone lines are open, and tonight, I'm a simple man. I don't ask for much.
Oh, okay, good. Well, Christmas is coming around. What do you want?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I have one sports question, one non-sports question.
Okay.
Christmas season is upon us. The fat man will be sliding down the chimney in 10 nights.
Yes.
Just 9 sleeps until the fat man reappears. I have 2 questions for the call-in line tonight. First one, Die Hard Christmas movie or not? I've been engaged with this with my wife for what now feels like a month.
Right.
And I need the smart people of Greenville, South Carolina to help me out. The other one, plant your flag. Who is your Super Bowl favorite right now? And the reason that I asked that question is very simple because I don't think we'll get the same answer more than twice all night long. If we get 20 people on that call-in line tonight, I'll bet you we don't hear the same team more than twice.
Yeah.
I have one, and very soon I'll tell you who it is. Call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. We have Alex on line 1. Alex, you're in the overtime. What's up, my friend?
Howdy. Well, how do you want me to start this? Do you want me to answer the questions or do you want me to rant? Because we can do a little bit of both.
I'm good either way. I love that you started with I'm going to rant, which is a great way to kick this off. But I am curious, is Die Hard a Christmas movie, and who are you planting your flag on?
All right, well, first of all, the Rams have it for me just because they're the most versatile team. Besides that secondary that's chopped up, and sometimes you get good fourth quarter McVay, and sometimes you don't. But, I mean, there's no consistency, so if we're going to follow in the ways of Captain Ayahuasca, go to darkness retreat and choose, the Rams have it for me. And Die Hard has all the makings of a Christmas movie. Every single Hallmark movie is the same thing as Die Hard with less shooting. So if you take out the shooting, it's a great Christmas movie. With the shooting, it's a fantastic Christmas movie. So.
It's a bang bang Christmas movie.
Yeah,
we're 1 for 1. The smart, wise people of this show have spoken. Now, Alex, you said you're going to rant. I'm very curious. What you ranting about, my friend?
All right, let's start with this conversation right now. Okay? Can we agree or disagree that the college football sphere is not quite the same product as the NFL's football sphere?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, bowl games, I think, are getting tens and tens of people.
Yes.
The LA Bowl looked like it had about 400 people in SoFi. And now, just for a point of reference, that would be the same about people to space of take your local Ingles supermarket, low prices, love the savings, and put a quarter of a person in it. And that's about what SoFi looked like.
Great. And I love Friday Night Lights. So if it's the same for $1 million teams, so be it. But I just wanted to know, so we have the inferior product, which is football right now. Compared to the NFL, it's a great product, but it's not the same. It's the closest thing we have to subordinate league, so sure. So, as a resident Carolina Panther fan, I proceed to, do my mock draft due diligence every November, as I should, because I'm not going to see my team in the playoffs. Every year, sorry, I almost did the wordy dirts. Every year I start, paying more attention to college football because I have to, because I'm mock drafting earlier because I have to. And every year I think, maybe this team's going to figure it out. Maybe this team's going to happen. And we get this dang trust the process slogan. So apparently Joel Embiid is in the building, which I believe is Rico Dowdle. I don't know, but someone's leg explodes every dang year. And every dang year we get the same BS where it looks like anything could happen. Anything could happen for this team. You don't know. But every year there's a reason to believe, and every year I end up with one of them, good old-fashioned die-hard pew-pews in my mouth figuring out what the heck I can cheer for in this team. And now I'm on Lexapro because I don't know what I'm going to get any goddamn week. So what am I going to do, Jeremy? Let me ask you a question. What killed us last night? It was the penalties, right?
Penalties definitely hurt. You did not get the same quick flag on the sliding quarterback, which and look, I hate that rule. I despise that rule. All right, so Tyler Shuck, first of all, Kellen Moore, many kudos to you because he knew he was going up against a young defense.
Right.
He knew he was going to take his gigantic ostrich of a quarterback, run him right up the keister of the center, and everybody's going to panic and go, oh, what do we do? And I'm going to tell him to slide, and he's going to get decapitated on the 35-yard line, which is exactly what happened. Now, Alex, I'm going to try to talk you down off the ledge here. We really appreciate the call. Appreciate you starting us off on a fiery note. Carolina Panther fans, this is what I need you to understand. You are so far ahead of where you thought you would be. I get it.
Right.
I 100% get it. It hurts that you had this division potentially by the tail. Tampa Bay's down. Now, that's the negative. Here's the positive. You're trending in the right direction.
Right.
I would say the New Orleans Saints are as well, but they're light years behind you. They have a quarterback. You don't. Well, sometimes you do.
Depends on
Your
the day,
roster is ahead of it. Alex asked what happened last night. I'll tell you straight up, you got away from Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
I do not understand the fixation of Dave Canales with Chuba Hubbard. Averaged 3.6 yards a carry yesterday. And yes, Rico only averaged 3.1. But because you're trying to use them the same way.
Right.
If you're a Carolina Panther fan right now, here's how you rationale this in your head. Even with a bad loss yesterday, and that Saints loss is a bad loss, you still 100% control your own destiny getting into the playoffs because you play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice, and that's not a good team.
No,
if you didn't watch
they're
them
trending
Thursday,
in the opposite direction.
There's the other side. If you're a Carolina Panther fan, here's how you rationale this in your own head. You're a year ahead talking about being competitive for the division. When we came into this season, we were talking about the Atlanta Falcons. We were talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
This is a two-horse race. The other two are just battling for which one's going to finish in the cellar. You're ahead of Atlanta. Atlanta is trending the wrong way.
Right.
That's not a very attractive job because you're very committed to a quarterback who's coming off an ACL injury and is not all that good in the first place.
Yep.
You're trending up. You're already there. If you win the division this year, great. That's found money. All right, that's taking out your winter coat where it was all cold in Greenville today.
Yes.
It was 17 degrees, and you go to put on your winter coat, and you reach in the pocket and go, there's a hundy in there.
Yeah.
That's found money. That's what this division would be. Your time is next year. You have to figure out the quarterback. You have to get Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Young to figure out which one of these he wants to be. And I have a path to doing that. We're going to get into that later in the show. Trey, somebody on line one. Caller, who's this?
Randy, Providence. How you doing?
Randy, how are you tonight?
I'm all right. I figured I would. I missed the first hour of your show today, so I wanted to call in, talk a little Buffalo, New England tonight.
I like it.
So initially, I had thought the Buffalo was going to win the game, and then Christian Benford wasn't going to play, and I swapped over, and I thought Patriots were going to win a close game. Thought it was going to be high scoring. I thought it was going to be close. I think it's not, you don't want to lose a game, but I think the Patriots needed to take a punch in the mouth before the playoffs.
Agreed.
Just to remember what it's like to get punched in the mouth, what the taste of your own blood is, if you will. And then if they don't go back out there next week and win, if they don't go down to Baltimore and win that game, then I'm going to be really worried. I'm going to kind of write them off in my head as a first round exit, probably. Just from like a cold analysis point of view, like you struggle to beat good teams. You had Buffalo the one time, Tampa Bay. You could debate as to whether or not that's a good team anyway. But when New England played them, they were down Godwin and they were down Evans and they were down Irving. So you play a team without their starting running back and their two top receivers. Even if they're a good team, what's the win? It's not really a quality win,
I would debate this with anybody. I think New England and Denver have both been somewhat cruising on their laurels. Denver gets Kansas City, that's obviously down.
Right.
The Chargers, who are hurt. The Raiders, who are the Raiders.
Yeah.
New England's got the Jets and the Dolphins, who were absolutely terrible to start this year. The Jets still are. The Dolphins are figuring things out. They kick off here in an hour against Trey's Pittsburgh Steelers. But then you caught that thing that and I agree with you wholeheartedly, that I think they needed to be punched in the mouth. Because sometimes you start to believe your own press clippings.
Yep.
And I saw something with New England yesterday. And I'm not going to say I'm not holding this against Mike Vrabel. I think I did a bad job earlier of explaining this. This is a really young team that is light years ahead of where they were supposed to be. And when they went up 21-0, I'm telling you right now, you could see it on the sideline. This game's over. And that's what they're telling each other.
Yeah.
This game's over. We're about to hang 50 on Buffalo. And Buffalo did that thing. I call it George Foremaning. I was a big boxing fan when I was a young kid.
Right.
And George Foreman always blew my mind because he was this gigantic dude that was just, by the time I came around, he wasn't George Foreman anymore.
Yeah.
He was closer to Grill King George Foreman than he was the heavyweight champion. So he's just coming out here, and it's the fact that I can hit you with a right hand that you're not prepared for. It's not that I'm in better shape than you. It's not that I'm stronger than you. It's not that I'm meaner than you. It's that I'm more seasoned than you are.
Yeah.
And that's what Buffalo did. Buffalo took a young New England team, and they taught them a lesson. And I think there's a merit to that.
You know, my thought on the game, too, is like we got a young kid at quarterback, right, and he's from the South. And I'll tell you right now, as a guy who lives 15 minutes, 20 minutes from the stadium here, around about the time that they came out for that second half, man, between the first half and the second half, it probably dropped 10 degrees up here. The wind started cranking. The weather got kind of nasty. You couldn't see it as much on TV, but you could feel it. And, you know, I think that it was just, I think it might have been a little bit of all of a sudden you're getting hit by the weather too. And, you know, he's a good quarterback, but he's still from the South. And I know you guys get a little bit of cold down there, but not like there, not like New England in December, you know?
Oh no, what he dealt with on Sunday is what we're dealing with right now. And I've been looking around Greenville. You know, I'm from slightly up the mountain. I'm a little more used to snow. I've been watching people in Greenville that look like the abominable snowman is going to come around the canal building and haunt them in one main plaza.
Well, and we had a little bit of snow. It was like 2 inches of snow yesterday in this area, but mostly it felt like, when I look at my weather app, it says feels like 7 degrees. And it did. It was 20-mile-an-hour winds. And that stadium there, there's, like, it's a big stadium, but when you're actually in it, there's very little to stop the wind. So the wind is cranking into that stadium. And so it does get a lot. It gets colder there than it is in the city where I am.
Randy, we appreciate your call. It's a very good point. I do think it's very important that they take down Baltimore. Now, that leads in, I'm going to tie the 2 points together here. The thing that would scare me to death if I was a fan of the New England Patriots, if I was a fan of the Denver Broncos, is my defense is good. If I'm Denver specifically, my defense is awesome. If I'm New England, my defense is good, but it's young. And I'm going up against the crafty old guy at the gym. And see, and I guess I'm sensitive to this because now I am that guy of, oh, don't make me pull out the headband and start swinging the elbows, because I know ways, even though you're better than me, I know ways to beat you that you're not expecting. And I think Randy had a really good point right there, that this week against Baltimore is going to tell me a lot about New England and who that team is.
Yes.
Because this is still, and I get it, Baltimore's down. Baltimore's not as good as they are. You know, I'm going to try to tie this to the younger generation. This is like Fortnite. You're crawling around. You're trying to revive yourself. They're down. But if they get back up, that is a mean, mean set of guns. And you better be ready for a fight.
Right.
Trey, I believe we have another call on line one. Caller, who's this?
Henry.
Henry, you're in the overtime with Trey and myself. What can we do for you tonight, Henry?
I have a serious question. I like the Jets, and I do not like them trading up for a quarterback. I would like for them to give away, I want to see what you think about this. I would like for them to give away a number 2 Dallas pick for Mac Jones and build the team out.
I'm not averse to that. So Mac's a free agent this year. So they wouldn't even have to give up the draft pick. I'm totally fine going the veteran route. And look, I mean, you can see how many teams are in the playoff hunt right now that have done this.
Yep.
You got Sam Darnold in Seattle, Daniel Jones before he got hurt, now much older Phillip Rivers, who looks strikingly like me at this point. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have done this with Rehab U.
Yeah.
I'm not averse to Mac. My only knock on Mac would be I've seen him play outside, and that in MetLife, I've been there numerous times in my dealings with the Jets. That's a place for a bigger arm quarterback. I'm not against Mac, and I don't want you to think that I am, Henry. I think you're right. I've long said, I am the NFL draft nerd. The draft is my thing. One of the things that a lot of teams forget is it's not just about getting the right quarterback. It's about being ready for the right quarterback. And I look at that Jets team now. Yesterday was an embarrassment. I mean, Trevor Lawrence took you out behind the barn and beat you senseless. Unfortunately, I watched way more of it than I wanted to because I am also a Jets fan, and I am a bit of a glutton for punishment. You have they're literally, that Jets team probably has 5 legit NFL starters on it. The secondary is terrible. You've got Breece Hall. Garrett Wilson's hurt right now. I think you got something in A.D. Mitchell in the Sauce Gardner trade. And I think the line is good, not great. It needs to be coached better. So I agree wholeheartedly with Henry. I think you go the veteran route because I hate this quarterback class. We're going to talk about Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza. His speech and how polished he is notwithstanding, he's not a great quarterback.
And possibly, if you have to, trade down your number 1 pick for more draft picks.
For me, I look at draft picks the way that 4-year-olds look at candy. How much I have is good, but if I could have more, that's even better. I'm always a fan of trading down. This is going to be a weird class. And I will tell you, Henry, as a Jets fan, I'm living by the exact opposite Al Davis adage. Just lose, baby. Do not win these meaningless. I saw Ian Rappaport say, these are culture-building wins. Well, here's the thing. Culture is what led to Trevor Lawrence playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars instead of the New York Jets. And he just became the first quarterback in NFL history to ever have to account for 6 touchdowns and 50 yards rushing in the same game against the Jets. And I do not believe that was an accident.
Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Henry. And JETS, it's got to get better sometime.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride.
Oh, his voice. His voice just makes me angry.
Really?
That
about the dance?
That was the first. Oh, don't do the 21st day of September thing. I got sent that a lot that day. That was not a good day in my life. Henry, you stick it out, my friend. We loyal Jets fans, we're a different breed, and we appreciate you. We have another caller on the line, and after this, we will have to take a commercial break. Caller, who is this?
Hi there, this is Matt. I've been in the chat for a little while. Not here to gloat about the Broncos, but me and some friends have been talking about Joe Burrow for a little while, and we're a little stuck. I think he's in a really rough place, and we don't really know what team is willing to trade for him, and if so, will he be in a worse spot because they have to give up so much to get him? I think he has to get – how many first rounds – are any team you list up? What place is Joe Burrow likely to be at? Because after this year coming up, he's going to have no dead cap. So, that's a prime time for him to leave. We just don't know, where would he wind up in your honest opinion?
This is one of those times that you're going to have to find a general manager that's not just he's carrying his manhood around in a wheelbarrow because you're not going to get more than 90 cents on the dollar in terms of discount.
Yeah.
Because Joe Burrow is a rare talent. Now, he's got an injury history that is terrifying. I also worry, like you said, what you have to give up. There's one spot that makes sense, and it's the Jets. Because the Jets have so much capital that I can give you 3 1s and be fine. Still have 2 2s this year to put good pieces around him in a very loaded class. I think there would be guys that wanted to play with Joe Burrow in New York. I also think Cincinnati would. Cincinnati would look around like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meme of, wow, where'd all the furniture go?
Yeah.
There's nobody here. That's the only one that makes sense. I've heard some other teams, because this is going to be a wild, wild west year for quarterbacks. Because if you need one, there's just no supply. Basically, we're playing musical chairs, and there are 14 of us lined up around 4 chairs, and we can't sit on each other. So 10 of us are going to be left out in the cold. 10 of us are going to be sitting here trying to play Dante Moore or Fernando Mendoza or, God forbid, Ty Simpson. Ty, buddy, don't come out. I know I'm not your agent, but let the ginger mulleted man give you a solid piece of advice. Let Ginger Claus tell you, go back to school. If they give you $8, that's enough. You go back, get you a Grinch meal from McDonald's, enjoy it, and we'll talk about the draft next year. Joe Burrow, you've got a great point, Matt, and we really appreciate your call. Joe Burrow's in an interesting situation because he is the prettiest girl at the dance.
Right.
And I think he's looking around Cincinnati, and you can take what he's been saying and how crafty he's been about Cincinnati and his future there and what he's going to do. I think he knows my future ain't here. And to what Matt said, that deal was sculpted in a very specific way by Cincinnati, that if we're non-competitive, we can get out of this and try to reset the decks. I'm not saying that's what they will do. I'm also not saying that's what they won't do. Because Cincinnati, this is the team that was too cheap to clear out seats for old people yesterday. Okay, we had the elderly and the handicapped that were having to get in seats that had 6 inches of snow in them.
Right.
Because Paul Brown went, the ushers can help you with that. I swear to you, that was the statement.
I know. I'm just surprised they didn't take the Buffalo route and have the fans.
Well, you'd have to find 1,000 people that wanted Cincinnati Bengals tickets.
That's fair.
Yeah,
but they have the nice escalator.
Yep. They have the nice escalator, and you could have watched them just get absolutely boat raced by the Baltimore Ravens. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is The Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. This is 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480. You can also text the show. We got a couple of those to get back to when we get back, 864-777-9593. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is The Overtime, and we'll be back right after this.
It's the model year-end sales at Harley-Davidson in Greenville. Get 0 down and no payments until 2026 on remaining 2024 models. New road glides as low as $349 a month. Visit 30 Chrome Drive in Greenville or upstateharley.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says, you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Kix Layton here with my good friend Dewey, Dewey's Pawn Shop at 5900 Augusta Road. So everybody knows that Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Tell us about your staff. You're a first-time hunter or a gun buyer. They come in. They take care of them.
If it's the first time you've ever bought a gun or if you've bought many, our guys will try their best to help you out and get you exactly what you want. If we have to order it for you or if we have to do some custom work for you, we'll get it done for you.
So with over 35 years buying and selling guns, gold, and diamonds, you've been lending people money as well. How does that work?
A lot of times people don't want to sell their firearm, if it's something that their grandpa gave them or something, but they need some quick cash and everything. We'll do a loan. We do cash loans on guns, gold, and diamonds and, a lot of other things. But you don't have to come in and trade your gun for something else. People will come in and pawn their old gun to buy a new gun, and then they'll come back and get their gun out of pawn later on.
Remember, Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Located at 5900 Augusta Road, Greenville, or online at deweyspawn.com.
Tess, what's up?
Oh, the CFO needs me to book a week of travel. I'm days behind on invoices. The plants in the lobby are dying, and now I have to order lunch for 80 with gluten-free options.
Just use Easy Cater.
Easy Cater?
One platform built for workplaces. Tons of great restaurants, any group size, with tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Plus, rewards.
Rewards?
You earn rewards points when you order. Good for discounts or even gift cards for you.
Now that's what's up.
Easy Cater, the easy, rewarding way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
I know exactly why you played that. You had the little you were doing the little Eric Glenn dance behind the computer, weren't you?
No, maybe a little bit.
The bad thing is I love that song too. I hear it now, and all I see is Aaron Glenn.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride.
Aaron, buddy, I've been on the ride for 14 weeks. This is like the worst roller coaster ever. It's really slow. It never scores, and you won't let me off of it. It's terrible. It's a Plant Your Flag Monday. Plant Your Flag. Who is your Super Bowl favorite with 3 weeks left in the season? We've already gotten one, Los Angeles Rams. If we hear any team multiple times, that's the one I think we hear.
Yeah.
Because L.A. Now, the thing you got to look at with L.A., where's Puka Nacua? Where's Devontae Adams? They both got hurt yesterday.
Right.
Without those two, that offense gets very Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington, Blake Corum, Terrence Ferguson. Boo. It gets ugly in a hurry.
Uninspiring, yeah.
It is not great. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480. You can also hit us on the text line, 864-777-9593. We're also asking, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I'm not going to say there's a right and a wrong answer, but there is yes and wrong. So you take that how you want to.
Yeah.
Text line, Soaring Eagle has chimed in. Tried this last week. He was the one that couldn't get through on the phone lines. Things were going sideways. He said, so we're going to try this again. I've seen Raider fan pages saying they need to fire Pete Carroll, build the future with a bright, young, offensive mind like Clint Kubiak. And every time I see that, I'm like, do you honestly think anyone better than Brian Daboll, and even that might be a stretch, would even consider taking that job? Because I don't. Well, there's layers to that. Pete Carroll's a legend.
Yeah, he is.
If you just chuck him out like the bathwater, the same way you did with Antonio Pierce, the same way you did with Rich Bisaccia.
Oh, yeah.
The guy had a great name. It sounded like a pasta dish at your favorite Italian restaurant. I will have a plate of the Rich Bisaccia. You can't keep doing that.
Right.
I do laugh at teams, and maybe it's because I'm a fan of one of these teams, that they just think the coach will change everything. The fact that, we've had 4 GMs and none of them can draft anybody to save their lives. Our scouting department, I think they just sit up there and eat Little Caesars pizza at every one of these events we go to. But, yes, it's the coach. We get the right coach, and we will figure this out. The Las Vegas Raiders this week with an assault on your eyeballs, 31-0 against the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Not to be confused with their 31-0 drubbing they took at your reigning Super Bowl runner-ups, the Kansas City Chiefs. Are they the first team to ever be beaten 31-0 by both teams that just played in the Super Bowl?
Could be. Well, they had a Super Bowl caliber quarterback on their team this past weekend, didn't they?
You're not going to say Kenny Pickett.
Oh, he's got a ring. It's a small ring. It came out of a gumball machine, but he's got it.
No doubt. He's got those little tiny hands. Just little. Being a West Virginia guy, I always hated Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. As a South Carolina guy, I'm not a big fan of him either. So
I never understood how anybody looked at that guy and went, that's a franchise quarterback.
Welcome to Pittsburgh.
We've had a few of those over the years.
Yeah.
Where could you show your work? I feel like a kindergarten teacher. So I'm not saying your answer's wrong. It is, but that's not what I'm saying. I want to know how you got to that.
Yeah,
because we had a very simple problem. We were dividing 45 by 9,
Yeah.
And your answer was trapezoid. And I don't understand that. I don't get how you got there.
Right.
That's a strange answer that you have. We have another text on the text line. This one is from Randy L. Said, beware of an old man in a young man's game. And that leads, it's been a wild day on the phones.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Our opening hot take of the week. The team that you should be scared of in the playoffs is the Buffalo Bills. I saw everything I needed to see with Buffalo yesterday. The defense is not great.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been great. James Cook is great.
Yeah,
Dalton Kincaid can be really, really good at times. They will struggle if they play the Denver Broncos because Pat Surtain can lock up one side of that field, and it really cuts down on the creativity that Josh Allen has. But do I think Buffalo could go into New England and beat them? Absolutely. Do I think they could beat Houston if they played Houston again or Jacksonville? Absolutely. We're going into an offseason, or into a postseason, where we're going to have Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Drake May, C.J. Stroud. This is your playoff field.
Yeah.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers, which if somehow Aaron could become 10 years younger and like clockwork, there he is on the screen.
There he is,
Does that make you happy? Do you see Aaron Rodgers in his great kazoo helmet and go, yes, great?
Well, I about broke the FCC rules right there with a word, but it makes me feel things, I guess. I'm glad he's not wearing the bubble helmet. That was one thing that I don't know, aesthetically I'm not a big fan of. I didn't have a whole lot of high hopes of Aaron Rodgers coming into the season just looking at what he did there in the Jets, especially towards the end, is kind of trending upwards. Somewhere between what he did a couple of weeks ago where it was terrible and he was seeing ghosts and kind of where he started the season, I've found he probably falls about somewhere in the middle of that is where I pictured Aaron Rodgers.
You ever had that friend that always thinks the waitress is in love with him?
Yes.
The Aaron Rodgers experience is a lot like that. No matter how it goes, when people ask you about it later in life, you just drop your head and go, oh, God, that was a bad idea. I should have had my chicken wings and gone back home.
At least he's got his wife.
No good came from
He can go
that.
home to his wife.
Have we figured out who his wife is yet? I think she's in his head.
She wasn't even at his birthday get-together. Had all the guys over at the house. They surprised him. The wife wasn't there.
Hey, if I learned anything from Bo Callahan at draft day, it means a lot when nobody comes to your birthday party. We have a caller on line one. Caller, who's this?
Jeremy, Trey, what's going on, fellas?
It is the man that I cannot catch in picks. I got to within one of you this week, and you still somehow ended the week 4 games ahead of me, which is where I think you just live.
Yeah.
Man, I miss about 4 every week here lately.
That's funny because you stay 4 ahead of me.
No
matter what I do, I can get creative. I can get cute. This week I'm going to take some chances, and still Chad the Vending Machine King is 4 games ahead of me at the end of every single NFL week.
Jeremy said, why don't you try losing 8 this week?
Yeah. You lose 8, I'll lose 4, and we'll have a race to the finish.
Man, them Panthers messed me up this week. I know that. Goodness, that was an awful game.
It was not pretty.
You got some bad calls from the ref, and like John was saying on his show, the game was just low, man.
That was at least from the way I saw it, that was a game that Carolina walked into, and you have to be really careful with this with teams that you've had to assemble this way, where you don't have 20 guys that came in as rookies together and you've developed the guys off the practice squad. You brought in 15 free agents. You've got 9 guys that came in this rookie class. You got 7 left over from the year before. And you don't have that locker room presence. You don't have that guy. I think Teteroa McMillan's going to be that guy. Yeah. It's hard for that guy to be a rookie where you just look everybody in the face and go, fellas, I know this is not a good football team, but this is still an NFL football team that is playing really hard for a coach they're very bought into, that has a young quarterback they really like, and we're in their house. It's hard to win on the road in the NFL.
Yeah, it is. It is. Man, that was a tough game. I knew it'd be tough going down New Orleans, but it just sucked at the end, man. We had a chance. Young had a chance to run the ball down and score in the last couple minutes and couldn't do it. Oh, man, it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Chad, does it make you feel any better to think about the fact that you're at least 1 year ahead of schedule?
Yeah, that's a consolation. I heard you talk about that earlier, man. I was like, well, he is right. We are way ahead of the game than what we should be. Miles ahead of what we were this time last year.
The worst thing that NFL teams do, it's also the worst thing that people do, jump in line. We all waited in line. Just because your buddy's up here, I was saving his spot. No, you're a jackal. Go somewhere. NFL teams do that too, where you jump in line. They tried to do that with Bryce Young because they looked around and saw this roster and went, well, if with a quarterback, look at – no. You have to be ready for the franchise quarterback. Usually, making that move puts you behind the 8 ball for 4 years. Carolina has found their way to the other side, the 500-ish. I don't know if you're going to be over it, at it, or right under it. But you told me that – I'll never forget this. You told me this before this season, and I did not know who you were, and I went, I wish I believed in anything as much as that fella right there believes in the Carolina Panthers. Because and you were right. This team was light years ahead. I've said this before. I know Dave Canales. I've met him a handful of times. He's a great dude, and he's a great leader of men. You're in a much better shape than people think.
Yeah, I agree with you. At least there's so much hope for even next year than there was this time last year for this year. You know what I mean?
Well, you'll walk into next year. And I firmly believe you're going to wind up with a pick that's somewhere, even if you make the playoffs, I think you're going to get bounced early just because the NFC South does not actually deserve a playoff berth this year. I mean, just look at the Detroit Lions and look at Tampa Bay and Carolina. Any objective football fan will tell you Detroit would beat them both brainless. That offense is insane. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, could have had 400 yards receiving yesterday if he really wanted to. And that was against the Super Bowl contender. If you look at what Carolina is going to walk into next year with, in a draft class that has several pieces that I think Phil needs for them, and you've got a little bit of cheddar to play with, not like you did last year, but enough, and you have another offseason to let all these things gel together, a year from now, I think you're going to be the best team in this division going into next year, regardless of what happens this year.
I can see that. Yep. They get some good picks in the draft, man. Like you said, we just need a few more pieces to get over that edge, you know.
That's all we can look for here in the NFL. Chad, we're up against a break. We appreciate you as always. That's the vending machine. King Chad. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. And this is Fox Sports Upstate. We'll be back after this commercial break.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate Weather.
This is WYFF News 4 Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice with your forecast. A hard freeze tonight down to 23 degrees. We'll warm up a little bit tomorrow with some sunshine back to the 50s. Even warmer on Wednesday, 56. We'll be pushing 60 on Thursday as some rain, maybe even a rumble of thunder moves in late Thursday into Thursday night.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Got guests coming? Lowe's December Deal Drops is the perfect time to upgrade. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances. Shop Lowe's December Deal Drops today. Valid through 12/17. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hey, Panthers fans. Make NFL Game Day unforgettable with you and the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium.
That play was about 3 heart attacks and then euphoria.
Bring your group of friends, coworkers, or family to score discounted tickets and exclusive on-field experiences during the game.
Uncle Rico, have yourself a day.
Go to Panthers.com/tickets today to learn more.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Do you have a question about your home? Y'all call Wally.
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing, Heating, and Air's Wally the Walrus.
Thanks, Dan.
Kind of an urgent call to start, Wally. Kyle from Malden, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call, Wally.
That's quite a stammer you have there, Kyle. I'm proud of you for calling in anyway.
No, it's not a stammer, Wally. I'm freezing.
Oh, well, in that case, what seems to be the problem?
My furnace quit sometime last night, so I woke up shivering.
Well, lucky for you, Kyle, we prioritize our most urgent calls. If you wake up with no heat, we'll have a crew there the same day, usually within a couple of hours. You go straight to the front of the line.
I'll tell him Wally sent me.
I think they'll understand.
Join us again next time, folks, on
.com.
Every great hunting story begins somewhere. Palmetto State Armory is here to help get you prepared. With top brands, unbeatable prices, and knowledgeable staff, Palmetto State Armory has everything you need to write your next story today.
Did you know that since 2002, more than 2.7 million lottery-funded scholarships, such as Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow scholarships, have been awarded to South Carolina students? Playing for fun is a win for education. Visit seeducationlottery.com/educationwins for more information.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
Oh my gosh, yes. To receive the nomination, beyond words. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
We really appreciate it.
That is so exciting.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
I'm certain it's going to be well spent. It takes a lot of tools to make our program run.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Slightly less. That's like the if Creed had a cousin that was really famous and nobody knew why.
Right.
It would be Nickelback. I don't mind them. I mean, everybody hates them, and I know why.
Because it's trendy.
I mean, look, we work in a radio station. Trust me, I know why you hate them. I can't walk through the halls of 3 different iHeart houses without hearing a Nickelback song. I get it. But I mean, they're not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if nobody's looking, you're nodding your head to some photograph. I mean, you know you are. Call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. Text line also open. We got a bunch of those, 864-777-9593. Going to go to the phone lines first. Caller, who's this?
Hey, it's JB Brown.
JB, how are you?
Good, about yourself?
Oh, living the dream one day at a time.
All right, let's talk some Patriots football.
Okay.
I was telling, as a matter of fact, I think I was telling Trey last week, I'm kind of glad we lost because on that winning streak, I don't like to be on a winning streak going into the playoffs. And so I think, losing to Buffalo in a game like that will make us better. And, we had some offensive linemen out, but, I think we'll be better the next time we play from this loss. What's your thoughts?
JB, I've got a couple teenage daughters. All right. And this is going to be a weird comp, but I'm an analogy guy, and it's the only way I know how to speak. I think I missed a day of school in like 4th grade, and I just latched onto analogies. If I give my children everything they want, they don't appreciate anything. You got to throw a no in there, even if you don't really care. I'm kind of that same way with a young team. All right, just look at the position players that played the biggest role yesterday for New England. You got Drake May, who's 22, Travion Henderson, who's a rookie, Kayshon Boutte, who's in his 2nd or 3rd year. He was one of those weird guys that like fell off the world, and I can't remember which year that was. You've got an offensive line that's super young. You've got a defense with a handful of guys that are super young. And this is a team that started, 1-2? I think it was 1-2 because they beat the Dolphins, they lost to the Raiders and the Steelers. They've literally won 10 games in a row. It is hard when you're super successful not to believe you're the guy. I don't know what you do for work, but I was a sales guy, and I can tell you, you go about 3 or 4 weeks where everybody buys every time you're throwing something out there, your pitch gets worse and worse and worse because you just think you can say whatever you want to, and they're going to sign on the dotted line, press hard 3 copies. And by the end of that, you have one of those where you go, I understand why you said no. I heard it. I heard it when I said it. It wasn't good. I will try to be better. And that's what I think is going to happen with New England because this is, and I know Mike Vrabel a very, very little bit. I can almost guarantee you I know what that speech is going to be this week. We had Buffalo. We outplayed them. We were the better team. It was obvious that we had more talent on this field. But we let a veteran quarterback do what veteran quarterbacks do. Now we're in a primetime game. Veterans, when you get the high-end quarterback loves to show out in primetime. And it's real easy for me to look at Travion and Drake May and all these young guys and go, if you let Lamar Jackson have an inch, he's going to take a mile. And I have a weird feeling that Miami is going to come out New England, is going to come out and absolutely punch Baltimore in the face. I don't think Baltimore's very good, but they have a quarterback that I just can't bury him.
Right. I'm curious to see once we get past Baltimore. I'm excited about the playoffs because I think we're getting better every week, and that loss is going to, like you were saying, is going to get us back, focused on things, on the little things maybe, and I think we can go far in the playoffs.
This is something that comes up a lot, and JB, we appreciate your call, and very happy for you that you're as a Patriots fan, you only had to experience 2 years of what I've been doing 20 years as a Jets fan. Right. That lull didn't last real long. We talk about this a lot with NCAA basketball teams. I want to catch that loss. I'd like to win the conference tournament because it shows me how to win 4 games in 4 days.
Sure, yeah.
But if I catch that random team and Florida State did this a lot, they would beat Duke or they would beat Carolina right before they went into the tournament, and it allowed Roy or Krzyzewski to just grab them by the ears and go, boys, this is what can happen. These are not walk-through games. This is not college football. And you got to understand, and this is a tangent I didn't expect to go on. JB, we really appreciate the call, and I'm going to have to go on a little bit of a rant now. One of the things that I don't ever hear people talk about is in this age of NIL, we're almost building super college teams.
Yes.
So if you're – and I'll take Travion Henderson for an example. All right, he went to Ohio State. So this is a guy that saw Michigan. This is a guy that saw Penn State. This is a guy that saw Oregon. I don't think he got up for Rutgers because you look at Rutgers and go, we're going to beat them because we showed up and put our pants on the right direction. And I see that sometimes with young guys.
Yeah.
They got that first half Patriots team, nobody's beating them. If they can do what they did in the first half, nobody beats them. The problem is that you got to teach guys how to do that for 60 minutes. Because it's hard to take 23, 24-year-old guys and tell them, I know you've been told you're the man for your entire life. Since you were 8 years old, every person that's come into contact with you has told you, you're the man, you're the man, you're the man, you're the man. Here's the problem. This ain't Rutgers. And that guy you're going up against over there, he's been told he's the man for his entire life. And it is hard for some of these guys to wrap their brains around. I agree with JB and Randy, both Patriots fans, that said, I'm kind of glad we lost that game. I agree with you. I think it is beneficial in the long run for New England. Trey Falco, we have a call on line 1. Caller, who's this?
This is Patrick Bell.
Patrick, how are you tonight?
Carolina. I'm good, man. Couple of things. Notre Dame got what they deserved.
Agree wholeheartedly.
If you joined the ACC, you would have been in the championship, and, well, you shot yourself in the foot.
I said with Notre Dame,
you don't have the clout that Lou Holtz brought. You don't have it.
If you commit yourself to being a mistress, don't be upset when you don't get dinner and flowers on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Don't get pissed when you don't get the VIP. Other thing, my Tennessee Titans, man. 2 wins so far, more than I expected. But the one thing that really pisses me off about the Titans is why did you fire Mike Vrabel? Come on. Look what he's done at the Patriots in a short time. Brand new quarterback. Cam Ward, brand new quarterback. why would you let this man go? We were relevant when he was there. Had a bad year. Well, you traded our best running back to the Ravens. I mean, the front 50 hush. I got dogs.
You're good.
But, why would you, this guy is proven. He was proving himself in the 5 years he was there. And why would you let him go?
Look, I love Vrabel.
For the son of a great coach, I'm tired of this. I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so's kid. That's Shula's kid. That's so-and-so's kid. I mean, they are not their daddy.
Correct.
Until they prove. This has been, 2 years since he's been fired. I'm still pissed. Because, I see what he's done in New England. And I'm happy for him. I like the Patriots now. They're still not my team, but I like Vrabel. I hope he does great there.
So here's what
boggles my mind.
Here's what I'll tell you with the Patriot, or with the Titans, excuse me. So Amy Adams shrunk, and it's ironic that you said this about dads. So Amy Adams shrunk was the daughter of Bud Adams. And Bud Adams was he was not the greatest owner in the world, but he figured out how to be an owner. I feel like Amy Adams Shrunk came in, especially with the stadium, and this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but I hope you understand that it is. I am attempting to answer your questions, just anecdotal evidence. The Tennessee Titans have a good stadium in Nissan Stadium. All right, I've been there probably a dozen times.
Beautiful stadium.
One of the first decisions she made, we have to blow that stadium up and build another one. And we got tax fund money from the city of Nashville. We got to keep up with the Joneses. We got to do all the things. We want a Super Bowl. And I get every bit of that. I think she did what a lot of owners do, is that they come in and they want to make their stamp. I'm not Bud's daughter. I'm Amy Adams Shrunk. I am the owner of the Tennessee Titans. And Mike Vrabel was collateral damage.
Just like Bud's daughter.
Oh, no doubt. That's the craziest part of this. She did exactly what Bud would have done. Now, the question, and what would give me a little hope, is I know some of the people they've hired in that front office. They've done a really good job hiring scouts and not coaches yet, but the scouts are getting there. The question is, do you learn from the mistake, or do you keep beating your head against the drywall the same way Jerry Jones has in Dallas for all these years?
Yeah, well, I've seen Bud Adams do the same damn thing when he drafted Vince Young. That's why Fisher left.
Vince was one of my favorite comments ever. What did Vince Young get on the Wonderlic? Drool. We appreciate your call. Go Titans. We will get more into the Titans as we go through the offseason, talking about the draft and all the draft things here on the Overtime. Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene, and we'll be back right after this.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
The world's best are chasing gold. Get inside the action and support the team. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program, for exclusive perks. Visit insider.usskiandsnowboard.org to join today.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Get your mother-loving ears on, because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
No one celebrates the holidays like iHeartRadio, the #1 Christmas music app.
The most wonderful
Hundreds of all Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And plenty of playlists too. Just open the app and search Holiday now.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. From the Ingalls studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Still 15 minutes away from kickoff of the Monday night NFL game. Pittsburgh hosting Miami. Under 20 degrees for this one. The Jets fired defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. The Colts will start quarterback Phillip Rivers again next Monday night against the 49ers. Washington shut down quarterback Jaden Daniels for the rest of the season with the bad left elbow. Packers defensive end Micah Parsons has a torn ACL. The MRI confirmed that today. Denver placed safety Brandon Jones on IR with a pectoral injury. Bills kicker Matt Prater is out this week with a quad injury. Florida Gators quarterback DJ Lagway will enter the transfer portal next month. Reportedly, Nebraska QB Dylan Raiola will also. Former South Carolina quarterback Steve Tannehill died at the age of 52. No cause of death provided. Former Cal and Raiders coach Mike White passed away at the age of 89. He had also coached at the University of Illinois. I'm Steve DeSager.
Lowe's December deal drops are here, just in time to give your home some love before holiday hosting. This week, get up to 40% off select major appliances. And members, save an additional $60 on the Maytag top-load laundry pair, now just $9.96. Plus, save up to $20 on select Moen kitchen and bathroom faucets. Shop December deal drops all month long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/17. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org. That's SESAME.org. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
The Clemson Tigers thrive because of IPTAY. Since 1934, IPTAY has empowered student athletes with scholarships, new and upgraded facilities, and academic support to excel in sports and life. Every donation fuels the dreams of Tiger student athletes. Be part of the Action Clemson family. Join the team who have kept this tradition alive for decades and support the next generation of Tigers. Call 1-800-CLEMSON or visit clemsontigers.com/IPTAY today to make your impact.
What's the best kind of Christmas music? Commercial-free Christmas music. iHeart Christmas on the iHeartRadio app is 100% commercial-free. Take iHeart Christmas everywhere you go, and when you're getting those gifts wrapped just right, ask your smart speaker to play iHeart Christmas on iHeartRadio.
Now play.
That's the Jingle Bell Ride.
Try it now. Open the app, search Holiday, and start listening.
iHeartRadio.
The games are over, so there's only one thing left to do: overreact. The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Hour 2 here on a Monday night, getting ready for Monday Night Football. Your Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Ooh.
Minka Fitzpatrick revenge game.
It's like saying, that's like your wife saying, I made dinner. It's cat food. I'm pass. I think I'll go to get McDonald's and get one of those Grinch meals. Dill pickle sauce, salt on a French fry. You made a face there. That's surprising to me.
No, like just that sort of combination is.
Apparently, it's really good.
Okay.
And now, I'm fat. So, to me, you really had me at French fry. I don't really care what happens to it from there. I like pickles. I like fries. Let's try it out.
Throw them together, yeah.
It's what we're doing here. We're just trying stuff out. It's Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. 12 days of holiday deals. Unwrap a new surprise deal every day between now and December 22nd with these load-to-card deals. Load them to your Ingles Advantage card that unlock every day at midnight. Find them online each day at ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. This is Overtime. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene, right here on Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM, and this is your weekly opportunity to rant about your team. You can rant about what you think of your team. You can rant about what we've said about your team. Frankly, we just want to hear from you. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480, and so is the text line, although they wouldn't know that because I have ignored it for an hour, and that's on me. I'm still learning.
You're going through them.
It's my first day. It's my first day. Just tell people that that's not true, but they don't necessarily know that. 864-777-9593. That is the text line. You can text to get involved in the conversation. We have a handful of those. First one, had this thought a bit ago. Bill Belichick has railed Robert Kraft for being one of the cheapest spenders since buying the Patriots. But is this what kept the dynasty together and not had it crash the way the Chiefs dynasty has? Now, first of all, I would not say the Chiefs dynasty has crashed. They dealt with a lot of injuries this year. They have not drafted particularly well. That team, yes, it's a significant dip. I think Pat Mahomes will be the starter for Kansas City next year, week 1. Phillip Rivers made it back from an ACL at one point in 100 days.
Yeah. So
I'll be shocked that now they may put him in a hyperbaric chamber. He may have to hang upside down like a bat. I don't know what they're going to do, but if there's some blood spinning thing in Germany that you can do to get him back to health, I promise you they're going to do that. Now, as to what was said about the Patriots were really good, and this is coming from a guy that just hated them for many years as a Jets fan. They were really good about tapping out on a guy a year early.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you'll have the Richard Seymours of the world and the Vince Wilforks of the world that'll go somewhere else and have a good year or 2 years, but they were never stuck in bad contracts. And that is one thing in the NFL. You got to be careful being loyal.
Yeah.
And there are guys on that Kansas City roster, Jawan Taylor. He's been awful for 2 years. I do not know why Andy Reid just keeps lathering this up. I don't understand why he did it in the first place.
Yeah.
It was well known. This guy cannot run block to save his life.
No, and he's always 2 seconds early.
He does have a premature. I was trying to find a word to use right there. That's nope. None of those work.
Careful.
None of those will work. He does have that problem. So
yeah, he does. Yeah.
And look, that's been a problem with a lot of dynasties. You try to throw duct tape on a wound. You overpay for a guy, and then you're stuck with that contract forever. Right. And look, Kansas City is dealing with some of that. New England didn't do it. And I will say that is one thing that I've always respected about the Eric DeCostas of the world, the Howie Rosemans of the world, these really good GMs, Ozzie Newsome that used to be in Baltimore. These guys, look, they're taking the coach's advice into the decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that's buying the groceries.
Right.
I'm going to give you 53 ingredients, and you do with it what you will. But I'm not going to overpay this guy just because he's your guy. I'm loyal to him. I'm not going to do that. A lot of GMs fall into that. And I think Brett Veach has done it in Kansas City a little bit, and it's coming back to bite him. Another text on the text line. It's Bill. He said, Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, and Sammy D and Jackson Smith and Jigba win the Seahawks the Super Bowl. What do you think about the discussion about moving the college season earlier so the Natty is on New Year's Day? I'm here for it. I think college football has lost its mind, and I say this as a guy that I will be at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Right.
The semifinal. Looks like it'll probably be Indiana and either Oregon or I don't remember who the other one was now.
I'd have to look.
I would too. It'll be Indiana and somebody. And I will tell you, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have these bowl games this late in the season going up against the playoffs. There is such a thing as too much football. I know none of us want to admit that, but it is the truth. There is such a thing. It's the reason the Macs never caught on. Because on Tuesday, I'm not jonesing for football.
Right.
I just had Monday Night Football. I need a break. You know, my wife wants to go to dinner or do all the things that I wasn't able to do because I was locked in on a television all weekend long.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. For me, the college football schedule is the easiest thing in the world. It starts August 1. You take the bowl games. You take that god-awful L.A. Bowl that we just had, play that in week 0. That's a guaranteed 13th game. You earn it for the following year. But those aren't the players that earned it. What do I care? It's not the players that earned it that are playing in it anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you have even a modicum of draft stock, you're opting out of this. If you can get into the transfer portal, you're opting out of this. Tarleton State just had a kid that entered the transfer portal at halftime of an FCS semifinal game. He put it out on Twitter. He was hurt.
Yeah.
But he put it out on Twitter and Instagram that he was transferring at halftime. Yeah, okay, you're not in uniform. I don't care. Choose a better time to do this.
Right.
The schedule is so messed up. And yes, it should end on New Year's Day. That's the best way to start your new year. Crown a college football champion, open the portal on the 2nd. Everybody's in class where they're supposed to be by the 16th, and we're all hunky-dunky. But the NCAA doesn't want to do that. Oh, because we don't want to start too early. Oh, because they're student athletes. You know, it's funny, that student athlete thing only comes up when it involves them actually doing something.
Right, when it's convenient. Yeah.
It's a convenient excuse to use when you don't want to change things. Next on the text line, Matt here again. The Broncos don't lose another game this year. Also, I could have told you that 3 weeks ago. I'm not going to lie. I did not like Denver this week. Can I pick that dog? We came back to earth.
Oh, did we?
We did. That dog bit us multiple times. We'll talk about that in the next segment. The Broncos are a really good team. They're very, very good. The defense is outrageous. They have 2 really good edge rushers. It's not easy to run on them. Patrick Surtain cuts off half the field. Really, the only thing you can do is just pepper Riley Moss with targets and hope that Jaquan McMillan doesn't jump a route. Or the defense is insane.
Yeah.
Do I think Bo Nix is going to play like he did yesterday 5 more times between now and the Super Bowl? I don't. My question is, what happens when you don't get that Bo? Because that's not who I think. I don't think it's who he is. I think that's the high side of Bo.
Sure.
A lot of teams have gotten in trouble a lot of times over the years because they looked at the high side of what a guy could do and they didn't look at the floor. Can you win when Bo has one of those C- games?
Right.
And that's what I'm curious of. I'm not trying to diminish I'm not trying to diminish Denver. I'm not trying to diminish the New England Patriots. I've never seen you do it. I have to see you do it before I know. There have been many a good quarterback in this league that were really good in the regular season and absolutely terrible in the playoffs. I'm not saying Bo Nix will be that. I'm not saying Drake May will be that. I'm saying time will tell. And that's the interesting part for me with the Broncos, is that I can almost guarantee you at this point this team is going to have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs. Denver's 5,280 miles above, or that'd be tough. That's like in space and stuff.
Yeah.
5,280 feet above sea level. The air's really thin, it's cold, and it's hard to breathe. That's going to be a huge home field advantage. And so you get Bo Nix. If they can develop a running game, that is one of the things that I have a hesitation with Denver, is that they tell you how much they love R.J. Harvey, and then they don't commit to him. And so it falls on Bo. And I'm afraid that's going to happen at some point in the playoffs. Those are my hesitations. I'm not slighting Denver. You're light years ahead of where you should be. I mocked you for taking Bo Nix on draft night. And you've proven me wrong time and time and time and time and time again. We had a comment, I think it was Adam, on our social media. You find us on the social medias, at the Sportsocracy. Adam said the best team in the AFC is pretty obvious. It's just none of you want to admit it. It's Denver. For me, it's Denver, it's New England, it's Buffalo. You give me those three, I'll give you the field. Because one of three things is going to happen. The best quarterback's going to win, the best defense is going to win, or I think the most talented 1-53 roster is going to win. The other four, you're all fatally flawed. Those are the three. It's just a question of which one wins out. The Podfather, as we affectionately know him, that would be one Mr. Patrick Holt, said, Jeremy, Patrick here, what's the best Christmas movie and why is it Elf? I can't tell you what the best one is. My favorite one is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's a good one.
I can tell you, other than Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, Elf is the worst one ever
Heard about
made.
that one today. Yeah.
That's a Tank Spencer special. I honestly, I thought he made it up until he put it up on the screen in the studio.
I thought you were making it up.
No, it's real. It's a Jim Henson thing.
Yeah.
It's Muppets. Say I'm a grown man. I don't do Muppets.
You don't do Muppets? You don't do Patrick Mahomes?
No.
No.
As long as it is okay to do Muppets, as long as it is okay for you to ask for crayons at dinner. See, I, as a 38-year-old man.
Or to draw with?
We did just have the Army-Navy game, and that is a very topical reference. No, to draw with.
Okay.
I, as a 38-year-old man, asked the waiter for some crayons, and I'm going to get some sideways looks. You can dig Muppets until it's not okay for you to dig crayons. And then one more from Colton, who said he hasn't been able to listen tonight, been doing dad things. The Commanders shut down Jaden Daniels for the year after a meaningless win where they still played like duties. Only highlights were a single Ben Sinnott catch where they lose a fumble the next play and a punt return touchdown by hokey Jalen Lane. That makes 2 on the year, which is impressive, considering this defense has only forced 2 punts all year. Yeah, Washington, I'm sorry. Between the Tank Spencer kiss of death and just my sheer appearance. Like, I appear on your podcast networks and you became the Jets. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm destined to be a smart loser. Because losing follows me everywhere I go. It's unfortunate. Trey, I'm afraid that losing is going to follow your NFL team tonight. We're getting ready to kick it off on Monday Night Football.
I might have to turn this TV. Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
Okay.
I mean, no good's going to come from it.
But it's Color Rush. It's pretty.
Mike McDaniel looks like the nerdy kid from A Christmas Story that licks the pole.
Well, I've long since said that Mike McDaniel looked like he won the golden ticket out of Madden 23 and got an NFL coaching head coaching job. So.
I've met Mike McDaniel at NFL functions, and it is so funny to go from Mike Vrabel to Mike McDaniel. Because you see Mike Vrabel, that's an NFL coach. Yeah. That's a BDD. That'd be a big damn dude.
Yeah.
That was a good football player, and now he's a good coach. And then you see Mike McDaniel, and he looks like Mike Vrabel's accountant.
Right.
Which is, it's a little jostling to the spirit. Call-in line's open, 864-240-5480, and we have a caller on the line. Caller, who's this?
What's up, Beard? This is Welch from the West Coast.
Glue guy. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, I just had to get on this Super Bowl train with my Seattle Seahawks, but I don't think it's Sammy D that gets us there. I think it's the defense.
The defense is really good for Seattle. Mm-hmm. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that Seattle is a team that knows exactly who they are. I'll give you an example. Nick Eamon-Warry, South Carolina guy, very popular around these here parts. There were a lot of people in the NFL, they couldn't figure out what position he played. Seattle didn't care.
Yeah.
We're going to play him in the slot. We're going to play him at linebacker. We're going to play him at safety. We're just going to move him around. And I'll be honest with you, right now, if I had a vote for NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, it'd probably be Nick Eamon-Warry.
Absolutely. 100%. I think he's Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas put together into one body.
That is high praise. I can't quite go that far, but I do see why you're saying that.
Well, he had what? He had an interception and a punt block and a couple of tackles for loss all in one game. So he's all over, like you said.
He is not of this world.
And if New England continues to fall on their face like they did yesterday, the coach of the year is Sean Payton.
If I had a Coach of the Year vote, it would be really tough because I think Mike McDonald is not going to get the love he deserves.
I agree. That's why I said Peyton.
I don't think McDonald will get the love that he deserves because it's Seattle. It's a little bit remote. It's hard to get the East Coast bias off of that. Sean Payton falls into that too, but we at least know who he is. We're more, and I say know who he is. We're more familiar with him from his time in New Orleans.
Right.
He was respected coming in here, and he's done something we didn't expect.
Well, you go from having Russell Wilson as your quarterback to now you're in the playoffs and you're number one in the AFC 4 years later. So
it has been an impressive job by Sean Payton. Yeah. I would say McDonald, Vrabel, Payton. I'm trying to think if there's anybody. I mean, McVay should get at least a vote. Not that he should win it because we expected more of them than we expected from the rest of these guys. But that would be my top three. McDonald, Vrabel, Sean Payton.
Roger that. Hey, thanks for the call.
Absolutely. Thank you, Welch. We always appreciate you joining us here in the overtime on Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM. We've still got plenty of time. If you have an opinion you'd like to get in, call-in line's open, 864-240-5480, or hit the text line, 864-777-9593. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
The world's best are chasing gold. Get inside the action and support the team. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program for exclusive perks. Visit insider.usskiandsnowboard.org to join today.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Bon Secours Wellness Arena on March 27th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
The model year-end sale is rolling strong at Harley-Davidson at Greenville. Ride now with 0 down and no payments until 2026 on remaining 2024 models. New Road Glides starting at just $349 a month. Inventory is moving fast. Don't miss your chance to save big before these bikes are gone. Visit 30 Chrome Drive in Greenville or upstateharley.com. Harley-Davidson at Greenville, where fall freedom rides.
Do you like free money? Well, today's your lucky day. Better Picks is offering a free $10 just for signing up. Download the Better app, pick more or less on player stats, watch the games, and win some cash. It's that simple. Better Picks is available in 33 states, including Texas, California, and Georgia. Download the Better app today. That's Better, B-E-T-R, and get a free $10, no deposit necessary. Must be 21 or older in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Better Picks. Sports just got better.
Do you have a question about your home? Y'all call Wally.
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing, Heating and Air's Wally the Walrus.
Thanks, Dan.
Kind of an urgent call to start, Wally. Kyle from Malden, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call, Wally.
That's quite a stammer you have there, Kyle. I'm proud of you for calling in anyway.
No, it's not a stammer, Wally. I'm freezing.
Oh, well, in that case, what seems to be the problem?
My furnace quit sometime last night, so I woke up shivering.
Well, lucky for you, Kyle, we prioritize our most urgent calls. If you wake up with no heat, we'll have a crew there the same day, usually within a couple of hours. You go straight to the front of the line.
I'll tell them Wally sent me.
I think they'll understand.
Join us again next time, folks, on
YallCallWally.com.
Trey, I have a question for you. Which do you think happens first?
All right.
The phones stop ringing or Pittsburgh or Miami score points?
Well, it is December.
We will not go gently. We're going to unleash hell here in December.
Probably the phone stopped ringing. I don't foresee it's going to be a while before they put points up.
I would agree with you. Tua Tagovailoa looks like a cat that you put up mittens on him. He just looks like he's freezing to death.
Because it's cold.
He looks like one of those little hairless cats that you just threw outside and went, go fend for yourself. There's food out there. Go find it. Pittsburgh and Miami tied at 0.
I just don't get Arthur Smith's fascination with Jonnu. Like, it's like, okay, you got Big Darnell. You can throw to him. You can do whatever you want to with him. You got Freiermuth, that's 8th highest paid tight end in the league. And you got little Jonnu Smith. Let's throw to him. Let's give him the ball.
I am convinced that youngman, Arthur Smith, had a dream to be a tight end. And he wanted to dance.
He wanted to be Dan Campbell.
He wanted to dance. But he was built like the penguin from Batman. And he never got to live his dream. So now he wants to live his dream through Jonnu.
Right. That's all right. He's got FedEx money. He's good.
He's also got the weirdest mustache ever.
Yeah.
Him and Vince McMahon. Just stop that.
Right.
Vince McMahon looks like Vincent Price at this point. Your face is 12 and you're 85.
Yeah.
You can't go mustache when you do that.
Right.
It's just not good. Arthur Smith. There are 3 guys in the world that can pull off mustache. Tom Selleck.
Yes.
Sam Elliott.
Yes.
And my father. That's it.
Don't know him.
I've never seen him with that one.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
He kind of looks like Tom Selleck.
Good for him.
Bingo. You can be mustached.
Yeah.
Everyone else, let's get maybe level that out with a beard. Yeah. And I'm sure there's more out there. That's just the 3 that I know. Other things I know, 5 hottest takes of the weekend. First one, Buffalo Bills are winning the AFC.
Okay.
If I have to put my dollars, my shekels down on a team, I'm going to take the one with the quarterback that I know and the quarterback that I trust.
That's fair.
I don't think that team's great, but I don't think there's a great team in the NFL at this point. So I'm going to trust the quarterback that every single week I have an advantage. If the Baltimore Ravens don't make the playoffs, there's not a quarterback in his class in terms of talent, experience, and playoff know-how. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers season is over. They just don't know it yet. And it's not even because of Micah Parsons.
No, they were playing awful before. Well, not awful, but it's so inconsistent. You want to talk about Jekyll and Hyde.
Green Bay is a team. They're everybody's friend. They're not cute enough. They're not smart enough. They're not any of the enoughs. You're fine. You're not going to get embarrassed. You're going to get to the playoffs. You might even win a game. But I look at that team, and I have never once looked at that team and seen an actual honest-to-God contender. Because what do you do well? You run well sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
You Jordan Love's well sometimes. I've never seen a quarterback that throws more just awful decisions than Jordan Love, and he gets away with it. It blows my mind.
Because it's Green Bay. It's Jordan Love.
Watching his tape makes blood come out of my ears. But it's just none of it makes any sense.
Right.
Oh, you threw in a triple coverage. Awesome. They all 3 hit each other, and somehow that was a 60-yard pass.
Right.
That is the worst decision you made all day. And it was the biggest play you had. And he does that every single week. Number 3, the Heisman Trophy went to the right guy in Fernando Mendoza. But I don't have to like it. Statistically, he wasn't overly impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. He's the best player on the best team. But the fact he just blew out Diego Pavia and even Jeremiah Love and Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sayin, I was shocked by the voting. I knew it was going to go that way, and it still surprised me. I was also surprised by Pavia's response, just getting super vulgar towards voters
on Instagram or whatever.
Well, and he's got his 2 brothers. They look like the head of a crime family.
Right.
Act like you've been here before. I mean, your brother has been here before. He seems to get arrested at a lot of things that you do. I'm frankly a little shocked he made it out of New York.
Right.
Especially with him angry. He will be at the Senior Bowl. I don't think I've ever been more shocked at a player that I have better NFL aspirations than Diego Pavia. And after seeing him next to Fernando Mendoza, If Fernando Mendoza's 6'5", which I don't think he is, I think he's closer to 6'3", then Diego Pavia is 5'9".
Yeah.
I think he's closer to 5'7", and that's standing on a hill in a pair of high heels, maybe with a phone book underneath him.
Right.
That is the shortest quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Even smaller than Dylan Gabriel? Little old Dylan Gabriel?
Than Dollar General?
Yeah.
Dollar General, Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah.
I vow at the Senior Bowl this year, I will get a picture with Diego Pavia, and it's going to look like I should be carrying him around in a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a bigger playoff threat than people want to admit. I get it. This is largely the same group of players that Dougie Doug had last year.
Yeah.
But they're way better coached now. The offense is way more imaginative. And I understand it was against the Jets, but you still had a quarterback go for 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's hard to do in the NFL.
It's the first time a quarterback's ever gone 6 touchdowns, 50 rushing yards, and there were 2 other elements to that. Yeah. But it was embarrassing how badly he beat the Jets. And that's a team that, I mean, you look at what it is that you want in a team that's going to compete in the playoffs. Can you run? They can. They're a little inconsistent at it because the line's not great. But you have a quarterback that's a top 10 to 12-ish guy in this league. It's no different than Bo Nix or no different than Jordan Love or any of these other guys, Brock Purdy that people believe in. Trevor's a better talent. I understand you had 5 years of him not living up to the hype. He's living up to the hype now. Brian Thomas Jr. has been the forgotten man. It appears he's figuring it out. He forgot how to play football.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he didn't forget how to run. But Jacoby Myers is picking up the slack.
Yeah.
And then you look at the defense. I've got a linebacker that plays like his hair is on fire in Devin Lloyd. And I've got Josh Hines Allen who can consistently get after quarterbacks. I didn't even mention Trayvon Walker. They've got pieces down there. That's not a fun team to play. Final hot take of the week. The NFC South proves division winners should not get automatic playoff spots. If I live to be 200 years old, nobody will ever appropriately explain that to me. I'm going to give the same analogy that I gave earlier today.
Okay.
Basically, we look at every year, we look at 6 or 7 divisions because there's always 1 or 2 that are just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Those 6, you have to be on your game every single week. You cannot afford bad losses. And then we have 2 others that so long as you don't piddle in your pants and put your shoes on the right feet, go to the playoffs. And people will fight that to the death, and I don't know why. You can watch the NFC South. It doesn't take long to figure out none of these are playoff teams. I don't care who wins the NFC South. You'll get a home playoff game, and the Seattle Seahawks will come in there and beat you like a sled dog. I mean, I genuinely think the Panthers, I believe, would put up a better game solely because the defense is better.
Right.
And they actually can get after a quarterback. Tampa Bay can't touch a quarterback.
Plus, they're all injured.
I think every quarterback walks away from Tampa Bay, just takes their jersey off, folds it up, puts it in the drawer, and wears it the next week. Seattle would obliterate Tampa Bay. And I know they beat them earlier this year. They're missing 6 defensive starters.
Right.
They would crush you. Why do we do this? So you beat the worst division in the league, and somehow that's supposed to you deserve a medal for that? We don't do that in any other business other than sports. You won the most meaningless thing that we have, and we reward you the same way that we do the team that wins the AFC West or the team that wins the NFC North. Meanwhile, Detroit is going to get left out so one of you can make the playoffs and get obliterated. I know there's no support for this in league circles. I'm going to beat this drum until this rule's changed. It's bad in college football. Yeah. It's a disservice in the NFL. It's a joke. Just because you're the best of the bad doesn't mean you deserve a spot at the table.
But everybody's got to have a spot at the table.
No, they don't. Yeah, it's weird. They really don't.
Yeah.
If we didn't let JMU or Tulane into the college football playoff and we just went Notre Dame and BYU, there would have been no argument. Nobody would have been upset. Have a group of 6 playoff that tens of people will watch. cures everything. Just give me the best. That's all I want. All I want is to watch the best compete against the best, and I don't want there to be a yeah but every single year. And in the college football playoff and in the NFL, I'm getting a yeah but. One of them's a James Madison Duke, or as I call them, the Royal Dogs, and a Tulane Green Wave. It's a pissed-off surfer platform. Kind of looks like a Squidbilly.
It does. I will say, I feel like the Panthers or any of those in the NFC South would still put up if you're going to compare like a James Madison going up against some of the bigger schools, I feel like the Panthers at least put up a better fight.
It's because of the NFL.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's hard to blow out a team like that because there's such constraints, and even really, I'm not trying to compare that because that's such a wild, outlandish outlier. The thing that bothers me is that we look at a Detroit Lions team that's played a better schedule, and you get left out solely because this year your division was better. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's never made sense to me.
Yeah.
I've never understood why we give automatic qualifiers in the NCAA tournament. Just give me the 68 best teams and move on. If you'd stop worrying about UC Santa Barbara, we wouldn't have any arguments. 68 best teams go. Conference champions go to the NIT. You get a lot of money, and you get a chance to play in MSG. I don't need to see you in the tournament. Now, if you're, and I hate that I use this team, last year, UC Santa Barbara was one of the 68 best teams in the country.
Right.
If you earn your spot, I'm fine. But this just, everybody needs to have a shot, so it's fair. I'm tired of fair. Fair is what weather is when it's not good and it's not bad. I don't like fair.
Would you go to would you just rank it wins then and go by that? Top 12, top 14 best?
In terms of the NFL playoffs, I am firmly of the belief that we should do away with all divisions and give me the 7 best teams in each conference. The one, especially in the NFL, the 1 seed deserves a bye. Because if you're the best team in your conference, you have the best record, you deserve a week off. Because just having home field is good,
right?
But it's not really a huge advantage. I'll give you an example. Tampa Bay playing in Tampa Bay it means less than squad. They travel well.
Right.
If they played, if they played Chicago, you would see some Buck fans there because they travel.
Yeah.
There's no weather advantage there whatsoever. If you're the 1 seed, you deserve a bye. You deserve a week to get healthier, and that should be a legit advantage. Other than that, just give me the 7 best teams in the conference. I don't care if we get 4 from one division. Because, frankly, if I get 4 that qualify, when they had to play each other 6 times, you deserve to be in way more than the best 8 and 9 team that played a 7 and 10, a 4 and 13, and a 3 and 14 6 times. I'm big on strength of schedule mattering. And, yes, I understand you can't control who you play in your division. If you're good enough to be a playoff team, you squish them like a bug. Just doesn't make any sense to me. It never has. Call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can also reach us on the text line, 864-777-9593. It's last call here in overtime. If you've got an opinion and you want it out there, now's the time to hit us. This is Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM. Overtime brought to you by Ingles Markets. Low prices. Love the savings.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey Greenville, the deadline to get an ACA individual and family health plan is December 15th for coverage to begin January 1, 2026. The local South Carolina Blue Team in Magnolia Park has extended hours to get you enrolled. Call 864-286-2285. Select option 3. That's 864-286-2285. Select option 3. Don't delay. Call today.
SC Department of Corrections is hiring correctional officers statewide. Must be at least 18 years old with a high school diploma or GED. Discover a rewarding career with great benefits at joinscdc.com. Sponsored by SC Department of Corrections, SCBA, and the station.
I'm Stephen Curry, and this is Gentleman's Cut. I think what makes Gentleman's Cut different is me being a part of, developing the profile of this beautiful finished product. With every sip, you get a little something different.
Visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com or your nearest Total Wines or Bevmo. This message is intended for audiences 21 and older. Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Boone County, Kentucky. For more on Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, please visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
Psst, we weren't supposed to find this, but we did.
Santa has a secret list no one knows about.
It's his nice and newer card list.
Hey, Upstate, it's the Ghost Star Family Dealerships here, your dealer for the people.
Santa told us to swap people out of their naughty cars
and help them get into a nicer, newer ride.
So right now, you could get a new Mitsubishi or any nicer, newer car, truck, or SUV that you choose from a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, starting at only $7 down.
Come in right now, and you could unwrap the best present of all.
A nicer, newer car.
Test drive a car this month and grab an ornament off our tree.
Every ornament hides a gift. Plus, you could get up to $4,500 cash back.
Got a little credit, Cole, in your stocking from Christmas past?
Our For the People credit approval process is your angel of approval.
So trade naughty for nice and upgrade your ride today.
But don't wait.
Santa's shutting this stocking stuffer down at the end of this month.
The Gilstrap Family Dealerships. Your dealer for the people. The Truck Farm's #1 Mitsubishi, located in Easley, Greenville, and Greer. Ask about our exclusive Customers for Life program with a free lifetime engine warranty, free oil changes, and more. Call today at 306-8785 and check out all the deals online at thegilstrapfamilydealerships.com.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from card holder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the 2 letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Upstate. Guaranteed cash money. He's the most listened to sports show in the nation.
Never forget.
Colin Cowherd brings his unique take on sports to you every weekday.
That's called valuable.
Weekdays at noon on Fox Sports Upstate.
He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is The Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Low prices, love the savings. Trey, was that the Offspring?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I saw them live once.
Really?
Okay. I think the smallest one weighed 285.
Yeah.
And they're not big guys.
Yeah.
They're not real tall guys.
Yeah.
But they all still sounded the same way. It's very trippy when you see these little emo kids sing that way, and then you see their fat older brothers show up at a carnival like, Ozempic.
Yeah.
And that's coming from another fat guy. Call-in line is open. Still have time to get your opinions heard. 864-240-5480, and someone has done just that. Caller, who's this?
Hello, Jeremy. This is Rocky.
Hey, Rocky.
Greenville. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm living the dream one day at a time. How are you tonight, Rocky?
I'm enjoying your show, and I got talking about the NFL, and I won't get back to that. But in the way I've looked at the I don't watch the NBA much until you get down towards the end and then into the playoffs, because those dudes will start playing defense. I don't watch college basketball as much until you start getting into February and March, and then you get into the tournament, because your teams that can play good half-court defense are going to be the ones that advance. And Major League Baseball, you get there. Chicks love the long ball, but pitching and defense will get you to the World Series. And so this year, talking about the NFL, and you've mentioned a lot of teams, and there's some teams. I think these teams, you got the Broncos. I think the Chargers have a good defense, and you've talked about others. And I think it's wide open now, because some of the. I mean, I know quarterback play makes a difference. And absolutely, but your good defensive teams, they've sustained, and when you get to the playoffs, those are the ones that are going to advance. I just think defense makes a difference, and in some of these teams, and I'd be curious on your thoughts on that.
Rocky, you make a really good point, especially about the Chargers. The Chargers are one of those teams that doesn't get a lot of love, because they're geographically isolated. I know that sounds weird to say the second biggest city in the country is geographically isolated, but they play a lot of 425 games.
Right.
So a lot of people don't see the Cam Harts of the world and the Tui Pelotu. That team's done a really good job of stacking a defense. They don't necessarily have as many veterans as I would like. It's really just Khalil Mack and Derwin James. But that's the second, in terms of yards per game, the Chargers are the second best defense in the league. Which, I'll be honest with you, that even kind of surprises me. I've always thought that's a good defensive team, and if Justin Herbert can get the hand right, then that's a team to look out for. Houston, really good defensively. I think they're so one-dimensional. You got to be able, and I would add, Rocky, to what you said, it's not just being able to play good defense. You got to be able to run the ball too.
Yep.
Because what I want to do is keep your defense off the field and keep mine off it and fresh. If I can keep your defense on the field and wear you down just by running the ball over and over and over at you, I can wear you down and keep my defense fresh. That way I've got 50 to 55 to 60 high-end snaps from my good defense to deal with your quarterback.
You know, I watched that game, Jeremy, and then I'll hang up after this comment. I watched that Chargers game and Herbert, and I am a Herbert fan and becoming more and more of one. And he's playing with that broken left arm, but that last drive, and he ran down that, and I'm like, that's a badass hombre. And he kind of willed the Chargers. But watching their defense, that game they played, I'm like, you know what? I mean, I hadn't seen much of some of the other. I mean, there's 5 or 6 teams that have really good defenses, and I just think as they go to the playoffs, whenever they're getting situated in everything, and the Broncos have a very good defense, and the Broncos and Chargers may face off. I think the Rams have. I mean, you got the MVP there. Quarterback play is going to be a big, huge part, but yeah, the running game and being able, but just I love in professional sports. And even when they get to the playoffs. Same thing with the college football playoff. If we get down, let Tulane and JMU get their butts kicked, and we get down to, the last, few. Same thing is going to be with the college playoffs. I mean, Oklahoma has a really good defense, but struggle offensively. So defense is a big part of the thing. I played ball way back when, and I just love to watch good defense. Whatever sport I'm watching, I love to watch that. I'd rather watch a 1-0 game in Major League Baseball than a 10-9 game, because it hinges on every pitch. It hinges on whatever. That's just kind of the way I roll. The way I've been.
I would agree with that, and Rocky, we appreciate the call.
Thank you.
I would agree with him on that. I like seeing guys, and whether it be units or individual players, I like seeing guys that are the best at what they do.
Yeah.
And I look at a defense like Denver that has brought all these different pieces together. They've got a handful. They got 2 guys from San Francisco that were free agents. Mm-hmm. They've homegrown, developed a lot of these guys. It's a really impressive unit. I do want to say something on what Rocky said. I'm new here in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yes.
So a lot of the
Welcome.
people listening to me don't necessarily know who I am. So I'm a huge NFL draft guy. Justin Herbert is a really good example of why I'm so into that. I get that question a lot. Why is the draft such a big thing to you? Well, A, it's the lifeblood of the league. It also helps you do your job forever and ever because you get really versed on 700 guys that are coming in the league. Right. You're not all that surprised by a Kamani Vidal. Justin Herbert is a really interesting guy. When he was coming out, we had seen him at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Big, tall, very athletic, nice arm. You know what the number one thing people said about him that diminished him was? He's soft. He's a California surfer kid.
Yeah.
And he's never going to care about football as much as you want him to. And he's not tough enough and blah, 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 blah. It didn't take long to figure out this kid eats, sleeps, and breathes football.
Right.
And now you see a guy that's championing the cause with a broken hand. He literally has a plate and a pad on both sides of his hand because his hand's broken.
Yep.
He's having to hand off by turning around and doing pirouettes to hand off to his running backs because he just wants to get this team to the playoffs.
Right.
He's a great example of why I'm so into that because I love getting to know these guys. I love being around the process, and I love seeing the maturation. Because I'm not going to say I didn't say, does he love this as much? Because he had some aloof answers throughout he's a 22-year-old kid.
Right. Yeah. He's young.
Now you watch him as a 28-year-old that's gotten the money. He's gotten paid. Everything steers into I broke my hand, so you're going to have to figure it out until I can come back. And that kid's out there just working his ass off every week, doing everything he can to will his team to victory. And I'll be honest with you, I'll say the same thing about Patrick Mahomes. I know not a lot of people if you're not a Chiefs fan, you're a Chiefs hater because they've won so much. And look, it's jealousy because we all look at our teams and go, why can our team not do that just one time? And I get a run where we're a Super Bowl contender for 5, 6, 7 years. Pat Mahomes did the same thing. That knee that he just tore the ACL in, that knee's been hurt for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He's been limping around on that thing for weeks. I didn't know this because I'm not a doctor, as you could probably reference by the way I talk.
Really?
Very few doctors sound like this. Your jejunum is broken. I'm sorry. That you don't get that very often.
Yeah.
The ligaments around your knee, when they're weakened like that, you're more susceptible to something like this. I didn't know that. It makes sense when you say it. I guess I just never thought about it. He knew every bit of that. Pat Mahomes is looking around going, I don't have to prove squat to anybody because I've proven everything I need to prove. If Pat Mahomes retired right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and every hand in the room is raised the second his name comes up. But he hates to lose. He loves his team. He loves his coach. And he has been gritting this out, knowing exactly what I've known the entire time. I've said this about Kansas City since the offseason. This is going to catch you at some point.
Yep.
Because that team's not deep. They cannot withstand injuries. And nobody would have faulted Pat Mahomes 4 weeks ago when that knee started to act up if he just went, I can't go.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He said, I'm going to give everything I've got. Travis Kelce's doing the a thing. I know a lot of us don't particularly care for his girlfriend, but he's doing the same thing. Travis Kelce is 2 years younger than I am.
Yeah.
And he's out there gritting it out. This guy probably runs a 6.7 40 right now. And he's still out there gritting it out. And you know what? I give you your kudos. That's all you get because you're not going to get to the playoffs. But just know, it didn't fall on deaf ears. Trey, we're running out of time. There is something that we do every single week.
Yes.
And it is time to pick that dog.
All right.
Last week, not great. Not great at picking dogs. Got some mange. Not good.
What was it?
Yep. We
Okay,
picked 5 games.
We did.
And none of them were right.
Oh, we didn't even get one?
Not one of them were right. All the dogs that we picked, lost. All the dogs that we didn't pick, won. Oh, that's not true. Now I'm looking at it. Nope, I am right. We were 0-5. That's not good. We cannot be worse this week. So I ask, Seahawks plus the 1.5 Thursday Night Football against the Los Angeles Rams in Seattle.
Give me that dog. I will pick that dog. 1.5? I'll pick that dog.
It's 1.5. There's no Devontae Adams.
Right.
And it's in Seattle. That could be gross. I've never loved Stafford in weather games. And Seattle, you always have to know, especially when it's at night.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's a possibility for weather. I'm with you. I'm going to go Seahawks plus the 1.5. I think they win that game outright. And the Seahawks take control of their own destiny in the NFC. I'm pick that dog.
All right.
Seattle Seahawks. Chicago Bears. I was shocked when I saw this number. This game's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Bears are a 1.5-point dog.
Really?
I was a little surprised by that.
I'd pick that dog. Give me the Bears.
You know, it's funny. I said I was surprised by the line, but I'm not going to pick that dog. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to pick that dog, because I don't buy Chicago.
Right.
I think Chicago has a mediocre quarterback that masquerades as a legit elite franchise quarterback. And I
agree with you on that one.
I'll just say it's a weird feeling that I have that Jordan Love's going to hear all these things about how this team's DED dead, and their ownership of the Chicago Bears is going to continue. I will not pick that dog. I will take the Green Bay Packers minus the 1.5.
That's all right. I'll keep Ben Johnson.
This one really surprises me. Chargers are a 1.5-point dog at the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, no, give me the Chargers.
100%. I'll pick that dog. I'm not just going to pick that dog. If that dog's big enough, I'll ride that dog. I'll ride that dog to the book to bet on that dog.
I'm all in.
Oh, you have a way with sound bites. Chargers plus the 1.5. To me, that's the easiest line of the week. Jacksonville Jaguars plus the 3 at the Denver Broncos. Ooh. Is it a letdown spot for Denver?
I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, sure, I'll pick that dog.
I will not.
Oh, okay.
I will not. I don't like a warm climate Southern team going to Mile High. I know it's a letdown spot because that Packer game was so important. I'm not going to pick that one. I will go Denver Broncos minus the 3. Final one, New England Patriots, 3-point dog at the Baltimore Ravens.
I picked that dog. I just am not bought into Baltimore.
I'm not either, and I'm shocked New England's a 3-point dog.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they're a 3-point dog. If it was a pick 'em, I guess I get it because it's in Baltimore and it's a make or break for Baltimore. I think New England wins this game outright.
Yeah.
I will indeed pick that dog. So my 3 are the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Seattle Seahawks. This time feels like it just goes by so fast.
Because it does.
We just sit down, we have some laughs, we talk about some sports, and then the next thing you know, it's time for us to go.
Right.
We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight in the Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. There are 12 days of holiday deals. Unwrap a new surprise deal every day between now and December 22nd with these load-to-card deals. Load them to your Ingles Advantage card that unlock every day at midnight. Find them online each day at ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Fox Sports Upstate 104.9 FM, and this has been The Overtime. We'll see you next Monday.
Kix Layton here with my good friend Dewey, Dewey's Pawn Shop at 5900 Augusta Road. So everybody knows that Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Tell us about your staff. You're a first-time hunter or a gun buyer. They come in. They take care of them.
If it's the first time you've ever bought a gun or if you've bought many, our guys will try their best to help you out and get you exactly what you want. If we have to order it for you or if we have to do some custom work for you, we'll get it done for you.
So with over 35 years buying and selling guns, gold, and diamonds, you've been lending people money as well. How does that work?
A lot of times people don't want to sell their firearm, if it's something that their grandpa gave them or something, but they need some quick cash and everything. We'll do a loan. We do cash loans on guns, gold, and diamonds and, a lot of other things. But you don't have to come in and trade your gun for something else. People will come in and pawn their old gun to buy a new gun, and then they'll come back and get their gun out of pawn later on.
Remember, Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Located at 5900 Augusta Road, Greenville, or online at deweyspawn.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The world needs Sesame Street. And right now, Sesame needs you. Donate today at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
Looking for a Harley that fits your budget or ready to upgrade your current ride? At Harley-Davidson in Greenville, used bikes start at just $59.90 with payments from $60 a month. We've got the largest pre-owned inventory in the upstate, and we're also buying motorcycles. Any make, any model, any condition. Whether you're riding out or cashing in, we'll give you top dollar for your ride. Visit 30 Crum Drive in Greenville or online at upstateharley.com. Your Harley is waiting. Let's ride.
For contesting on the station, go to 1049foxsports.com.